Welcome to this 6 weeks meditation program called Excellence Through Meditation. I'm Chandra Pulamarasetti, founder of BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation. I've been practicing meditation for over 24 years with immense amount of benefit that I personally received in my personal health, in my relationships, in the way I see life, in our ability to manifest and realize our dreams and goals, and in developing higher understanding of life and death in a way that you feel life is effortless, life is expansive, that very, very connected to everything and everyone. And then we at BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation believe that science unites people. And so then if we can bring the concepts of meditation with a scientific voice and understanding, that then we're able to take onto this practice more convincingly and then apply these principles into our life. Meditation, contrary to the myth that is only for people who are retired or is only for those who have serious challenges in life, is for everyone to help them experience a very expansive life. And in this 6 weeks program, where we practice everyday meditation, we also learn wisdom and science of meditation and the various benefits of meditation, and then few mindful practices that help us to create and realize our dreams. We all have dreams and goals to realize. And this course, the 6 weeks of program, and if you sincerely practice every day, and then every day you listen to the wisdom that is shared by either me or by many, many invited guests and masters who come in and then share their experiences, then these two combine, the wisdom and a daily meditation is helping us to reprogram and shape a new reality into our life. Hundreds and thousands of people worldwide today take this program, and then we welcome you to join this and experience for yourself. Explore with a scientific mindset of what is meditation. What happens exactly in our brain and body when you meditate regularly. The technique that you learn is called anapanasati, a breath meditation, is the most simplest meditation technique that I've ever come across. It takes few seconds to learn, but has profound results. If we experiment it for 40 days, we will fundamentally see the significant change in many, many areas of our life.
Welcome, everyone, to day one of Renew. What a wonderful message. I'm Sonal Doshi from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm so honored to be your host with Kiran sir as a co-host. He'll be our tech host for this first week of our journey together here. It's never too late to turn on the light. When you flip the switch, it doesn't matter whether it's been dark for 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 months, 10 decades, the light will still illuminate the room and banish the darkness, letting you see things that we couldn't see before. This is a quote by Sharon Salzberg. Whether you are here to escape a hectic schedule, or find a moment of peace just to check it out, or totally transform your inner landscape, you're in the right place, my dear friends and masters. Think of the next 40 days, as Sir just explained on a beautiful video, not as a task, but as a daily gift, a gentle 40-day radical welcome to ourselves. We are here to clear out the old and make room for the new. Remember, as Sir said, meditation is not about forcing the mind to quiet. We're going to learn a lot about it. It's about entering the quiet that's already there. Let's begin to move away from autopilot towards our own presence. I'm so glad you made this decision and you chose to spend the time with us here. So let's breathe, let's renew, and let's begin. It's truly my honor to be here and introduce. I just started my journey just like all of you someday. And we'll talk a lot more in detail tomorrow. But today, I'm honored to introduce you the foundation and our grandmaster. BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation is a global nonprofit dedicated to developing conscious leadership and holistic well-being through breath-mindfulness meditation, grounded in scientific wisdom with thousands of sessions conducted worldwide. The foundation has positively impacted hundreds of thousands of individuals, including corporate leaders, government officers, professionals, and graduating students. Inspired by Brahmarshi Patriji, founder of the Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, the foundation was established by corporate leaders, mentored by eminent thoughtful leaders, including Padma Shri Dr. D.R. Karthikeyan sir, and driven by a global volunteer team of corporate professionals. BuddhaCEO advances the meditation through leadership, conferences, digital platforms, online transformational programs, and immersive retreats, integrating meditation and mindfulness into people and society at scale. And we'll get to hear, all the personal journeys and transformation from during this 40 days, dear friends. And now it's my utmost privilege and welcome our dearest, our Grand Master, Dr. Chandra Pulamarasetti, that we call dearly Chandra Sir. Sri Chandra Sir Pulamarasetti is the founder and chief meditation mentor of BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation, founder, trustee of Pyramid Valley International, a former vice president at IBM, successful entrepreneur, and a transformational meditation coach. He attributes his professional success, including the acquisition of his software company, to meditation-based practices. Deeply inspired by Brahmarshi Patriji, he has practiced meditation over 24 years, as we just heard in the video, trained under masters from both East and West, and works closely with leaders through retreats, online programs, and service initiatives, envisioning a world where every leader evolves into a meditation leader. Throughout this program, my friends, the resources and the presentation that you'll see, it's been curated by him, and after reading all these scholarly articles, doing so much scientific research, his own personal learnings, and from his own personal experiences. And that is what we bring together on behalf of BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation, this 40 days of renewed journey for myself and for all of you. Thank you, sir, and over to you.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. Thank you, Sonalji, for a beautiful introduction. I am ever grateful to the master that I learned this from, Brahmarshi Patriji, Dr. G.K., and many, many masters, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and many masters from East and West, and many pyramid spiritual societies, pyramid masters. While Sonalji attributed to me, then I attribute everything that is happening through us. And then for that, I'm ever grateful to consciousness. That force within us, we know that there is an intelligent force in each of us, which is guiding us. Whatever may be the name we give, but meditation fundamentally helped me to connect to that force. We call it consciousness, we call it energy. I'm a computer science professional, and I've done engineering in computer science from BITS Pilani. Then I went and I was there in corporate life. And I continue to be in corporate life in utilizing technology to develop now meditation-based apps, but in corporate life, and then worked for some time in the United States and came back. Somewhere along, I came in touch with meditation through my younger brother, medical doctor G.K., who was saying that meditation has profound impact in the way you think about life. It heals you, then it develops your career, you progress significantly, but most importantly, you are very, very joyful. For me, then, very scientifically, very rationally, very intellectually, meditation was simply that, something that you do when you have a lot of time on your hand, which is usually attributed to life at retirement. But then he was insisting, and so then I met Brahmarshi Patriji, a great grandmaster. Brahmarshi Patriji, some of you might have seen, is the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement. Someone who had carried a very scientific temperament. He said, everything that you're living may not be right. And question, whatever that you're saying, your body needs 8 hours of sleep. Required? Really? They are the ones who are causing me suffering. Is that true? Really? Things don't happen. Everything is so difficult. Really? Question. Everything is to be questioned, because then he mentioned thoughts bring your reality into life. Now it's a big thing. In a corporate life, and then life out there where I thought it is serious, and then you always have to fight for it, you always have to work for it, then everything is completely linked to so much of blame, so much of conflict, so much of complaint. I heard from him that no blame, no complaint. If that's when then you're truly spiritual, truly in meditation. I couldn't get it. But then, however, something triggered in me when he was saying that you question everything, that's when you become scientific minded, rather than simply believing before you experiment. And so he said experiment, and so I did my experimentation. And while I will dabble with meditation, try to go in, come out, go in, come out. And I'm sure many might go through the process. But in our life, at some point, we come into this practice of meditation. Consciousness or the intelligence is intelligent to give us information only when we are ready. I truly believe so is what has happened then. It was in the year 1999 to 2002. Meditation came in, and so I explored. And then one day, sometime in 2002, decided and said, I've got to be very, very sincere. And then I started practicing. When there is sincerity, friends, and we understand this, that whatever that we are setting to, absolutely, we are able to gain that when there is sincerity. A sincere approach to whatever that may be. And so I was sincere for 2 months, and so then I was able to fundamentally understand many things during that process. I recognized that meditation is very scientific. It's very different from what I thought. That it is a religious practice, not at all. That you cannot explain things, not at all. Everything is scientific. That's going to be very, very difficult. You got to go into a cave to Himalayas to give up everything and then go. Not at all. It is a practice fundamentally rooted in so much of science now that it can be explained. Then I give a lot of credit and attributes for learning a scientific way of understanding meditation through many of the modern spiritual scientists like Dr. Deepak Chopra, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton. Many of them, they are now innumerable amount of case studies and research is there, which is explaining how meditation gives significant physiological benefits. I used to have an ear challenge, which was making it difficult for me to fly. That changed. Came into meditation 4 months later, 99% it dissolved. Did not even realize that it is happening. There used to be a chronic backache, significantly eased out in the first few days. And then slowly, after about few years, it stopped recurring to the point that now I go back and then look at it and say, did I ever have it? And I don't even try to remember the moment. It's not there because I suffered for it for about 15 years, but it disappeared with meditation. When I came in and took this practice, like here we have a program of 40 days, when I was seriously practicing every day, and then I was also reading several wisdom and books. Knowledge opens doors for us. Knowledge liberates. When you learn something new, that it may not be necessary to do certain things this way. It is when you learn something new that if you think and feel good about somebody, they respond that way. And until that time, you always are saying this person is difficult to manage, difficult to handle. But if you learn that if you think and feel good about somebody, that person definitely can change. When that knowledge comes, it is very liberating because number one, you thought you were helpless with that person or situation. But here, the knowledge helps you to liberate, change the situation if you experiment. I did that. And so my health improved. And then people around me started changing. And then what changed? My thoughts changed. The stress that we talk about, I used to work 16 hours a day. All of that, suddenly after 40 days of meditation practice, I didn't feel that I was stressful anymore. Instead, I was deeply looking to go and then do my work every day. And so, having recognized some fundamental shifts in the way people are responding to me, my health is improving, stress is not there. I decided that I must be in the practice. And so then I associated myself with Brahmarshi Patriji. I'm greatly grateful to him and then Dr. G.K. and many masters who gave me opportunity to help give or share this knowledge, help me to build a place called Pyramid Valley International, which is a beautiful international meditation center. Patriji's philosophy is that give meditation free. This is the most invaluable knowledge. We know this that from Indian culture, Vedic systems, and then worldwide to many, many realized masters, meditation is always, or anything that's valuable that helps you to recognize and connect to yourself, to know yourself more, is priceless. And so then I've seen how people have taken to meditation while working with Patriji closely since 2003, while I was continuing my career as a corporate career in an IT sector, but I was continuously there with him, associated doing several meditation service activities. During that time, it was a deep joy to discover that just like me, many would come in and then transform. Some had relationship challenges. You can change that. There is nothing that we are helpless about. This is the first thing that I learned. Meditation helps us recognize and understand that we have infinite potential in each and every one of us. And that potential, whether you call it Godhood, whether you call it consciousness, whether you call it limitlessness, Brahman, or energy, or the quantum field of possibilities, but that potential is there in every one of us. Whatever that we wish to create and experience could be there for us. And thoughts and our feelings are the key to it. This is what I recognized was changing my life when I came into meditation in the year 2002 deeply. That within few weeks of practice, I became stress-free. What changed? My thought changed. Within a few weeks of practice, things that were there with me, the challenges of health, started disappearing. What changed? My thought changed that my body can heal. We've been constantly being bombarded, constantly from environmental cues that we are made to recognize and say that body cannot. You got to take a lot of medication. You got to do this. You got to do that. Many things have been called conditioning and beliefs. And so meditation fundamentally helps us to change the way we think and feel about our life. Our mind is conscious mind, there is subconscious mind, and there is superconscious mind, or the mind of a group or a mind of everyone. The conscious mind is thinking thousands of thoughts every day. Meditation helps to rest the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, which is full of beliefs, limitation. I'm unlucky. Things don't go my way. Life is difficult. I have to be like this. They don't help. They don't agree. Everything. I don't have the skill. My company is not at all good. Everything is a limitation. And so then we create. Then the group or the mind of everything that is out there, which is the most intelligent, beautiful part that we connect to in meditation, enhances our life significantly. It brings miracles into our life. I was never thinking that I will become an entrepreneur, I will develop a company, and then I'll get acquired by MNC. But meditation opened up significantly my thought process, made me to believe that it is possible by me. It is possible by me. And so is the case with many, many BuddhaCEOs worldwide who are fundamentally shaping their lives beautifully because our mind changes. It's called Raja Yoga, the one that trains the mind. Raja Yoga is the king of yogas. Yoga is union. Union with what? When in meditation, we become, greatly one with our body, with our mind, with all that is there, that intelligence that is there within us called consciousness. And so, dear friends, we become very restful, calm, quieter, a lot of health, a lot of clarity, a lot of coherence in life. Our mind becomes quieter, so we receive insights. We go into a contemplation practice with meditation. And so then the subconscious, which has got full of limitations, slowly removes, and so life expands. What you thought you will become in your entire career to be, let's say, director, you'll become probably a CEO or become a start of your own company. It's possible. What you thought you'd only be here for your lifetime, you'll actually dream to actually relocate to different places and do things. When you thought that life is going to be this way, apparently you might find yourself to be completely liberated, joyful, and free. What we call the liberation of moksha, suffering-free life is possible, recognized with meditation. So is the case with thousands of people. And so dear friends, the process of meditation, what we come to conclusion greatly is number one, is very, very scientific in nature. We're going to explore significant aspects of that in this program. Number two, it is the simplest practice that we will shortly start now, that it takes a few seconds so that, and with a scientific background, it helps us to easily practice every day. It does not require 20 steps. There are yogic techniques, there are mindfulness techniques. A body, when we have a strong intention, cooperates to be able to go into this practice very, very easily, no matter what our state is today. Some may be mentally stressed, some may be physically challenged, some may have no clues about what to do about the current situations of life. But one thing that Patriji always mentioned, and then I truly, with a lot of experimentation and thousands of BuddhaCEOs with experimentation, recognize meditation gives solution to everyone, no matter what situation we are in. Some of us, and welcome to all of the BuddhaCEOs which are coming back here. This program is called Renew. Renewing yourself, renewing ourselves. We are into this new year. And we know that no matter what our practice has been before, we are an eternal student. And only when we become zero constantly can we know more, can we gain new perception of life, and so the newer experience of life. And so this could be a greatest opportunity to renew ourselves while this 40-day program, you with your beautiful energies, helps many, many newcomers, beginners, to go into deeper practices. But it will also be a greatest opportunity to find ourselves new again through newer things. We break the routine. It could be that opportunity. So let's go into the meditation practice, dear friends, of the simple practice. The practice is called breath meditation, which is to empty the mind or to reduce the thoughts in the mind. Many, many meditation practices talk about it, is to quieten the mind. The idea of meditation is to transcend our body and mind. And this happens when we withdraw senses, and we do for that, we close our eyes. That's all we have to do. And then it happens when we quieten the mind of thought. So we withdraw our senses, the physical senses that are there, and eyes being the biggest organ, we need to withdraw the senses so that we sort of disconnect from the environment. So that's the first thing in meditation, we close our eyes. The second process of meditation is to quieten the mind, and for that we observe the breath. The goal is to spend some time every day in empty states of mind, or a state of awareness where we do not necessarily are with our body or with the mind, but that we are there in a state of emptiness, quietness, calmness, where nothing seems to exist around us, within us. But it is, while those are big statements, it is possible to be achieved through this simple practice of closing our eyes and observing our breath. When we close our eyes, we're withdrawing our senses. We're slowly letting our body dissolve. When we are withdrawing thought, and for that we do observe our breath, natural breath. So when you close your eyes and observe the natural breath, then our thoughts come down. And so then we dissolve form and matter, everything that's out there. So the mind slowly, slowly is transcended. When thoughts come down, within position where we close our eyes and then be there. And then for that, with eyes closed, we observe the breath by putting our attention anywhere on the nose. So the posture for meditation, the most important and the simplest, the must-have posture is to sit in a very comfortable posture, closing our eyes. And then we observe the breath. The goal is to rest the mind, rest the body completely, and then slowly, slowly transcend the body and mind. That happens. But we start to rest the mind and body, and we do that by simply sitting in the most relaxed posture. We'll put a slide to tell you what is that posture. But it is in the most relaxed posture. You sit down for a moment, you close your eyes, and then you rest your attention on the nose, anywhere on the nose. With your eyes closed, rest your attention, and then observe your natural breath. We all breathe, and we all have breath at different rates. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow that you're breathing, how heavy or shallow, doesn't matter. You simply observe whatever is your breath, observe that. Where? Anywhere on the nose. Take a reference point. Many people take it here. Some find it here. The best, eventually you want to be getting here to observe or put our attention here at the middle of the eyebrows where the nose starts. Put our attention there and observe the breath, the air that goes in and comes out. Our air goes in and comes out. In Pali language of Buddha, it's called anapanasati. In breath and out breath and be with it. This technique that we're practicing comes from Gautama Buddha 2500 years ago. And then Patriji took this technique and then simplified further significantly, and then now millions and millions practice this process. And so this is a very, very ancient technique. It finds its roots even before in Bhagavad Gita. The source of all meditation, all spiritual knowledge comes from one of the greatest texts is Bhagavad Gita from Indian scripts. And then from there, various masters took in different ways. Gautama Buddha called it breath meditation, anapanasati. And then we are practicing the simple mindfulness-based technique. And so we close our eyes and observe our breath by resting our attention on the nose. The goal is to go into restless, thoughtless states of the mind. Reduce the thoughts slowly. The moment I use the word thoughtless state, oh my God, I've tried meditation so many times. No way this can be me. There is a common myth that many people give up meditation very quickly is because they would have tried, attempted, and there is a constant stream of thought when you sit down and close your eyes. There is only thought but thought. And so then you sit down for 5 minutes and say, I cannot stop, and so it's not for me. But that is the biggest myth of why people quit the meditation pretty quickly. The point here, dear friends, is that when you close your eyes and observe the breath, thoughts start come down, but then this uninterrupted thought may continue. As long as the thought continues, you observe the breath. That's the key. If the thought continues for 10 minutes, you continue to observe the breath. Today is your first day. There will be a second time, a choice, a chance again. You try this again. When thoughts are there, observe the breath. When you're starting off observing the breath, thoughts will be there. In a few seconds, slowly and slowly, and sometimes it can be minutes, as you observe the breath, slowly, slowly, the stream of thought will have to come down and will come down. That's a scientific process. They will start coming down. 10 minutes later, there'll be at least some respite that may come down. If there's no respite, continue to observe the breath. When thoughts come down, you will start noticing you're becoming quieter, calmer, still. That's possible, that happens. So when you observe the breath, slowly, thoughts can come down. And as thoughts come down, you're becoming calmer. Slowly, slowly, breath also becomes lesser, lighter. And you're becoming more and more emptier. And then continue to do this process of observing until the time suddenly you slip into a state of emptiness or calmness that you don't know. Great state. As you're observing the breath, slowly as you go into calmness, and then slowly, slowly you don't find anything around you. You start forgetting, taking away everything that you had in your life. All of that goes, your office goes, your family, friends, issues that are there, they slowly go away. You go into calmness. As you're going in there, continue to observe, observe, observe. But at some point, you are in this calm state of mind where you don't even know you're breathing, you're observing the breath. Wonderful. That's the state that we are looking to go to, and we will go there automatically. So, as Sonalji said, we do not try to stop thought, and instead we start with the breath. Then we continue to go into empty states. Now, suddenly, after a few seconds of emptiness, thoughts come again. Come back to the breath. A moment you recognize thoughts are there. So, the moment you recognize thoughts are there, come back to the breath. That's not the time to analyze thought. That's not the time to fight them. Instead, come back to the breath. So the instructions are simple. We start with closing our eyes, observing the breath. Continue to observe the breath, where at anywhere on the nose as a point. And then continue to observe the breath that is going in and coming out. No forceful inhalation, no exhalation. No pranayamas. We don't do any pranayamas. We are simply noticing our natural breath. And you do that slowly and surely, our thoughts will start coming down. In a few seconds to minutes, you will notice some respite. And as this comes down, just continue to be there with the breath. At some point, you would have gone into an empty state where you're not with the breath anymore, but you know you are in a place where nothing around there exists around you. Be in that state of emptiness. Witness it with awareness. You will know it. You're in a very calm, empty state. Be in that state. It is very, very pleasurable. It is blissful. It is enjoyable. It is calming. It is peaceful. Be in that state. You will know it when you go into that state. If you are noticing some kind of sensation at that point in your body, there may be a movement, there may be some kind of tingling, energy. Many things could be there. Observe all of that, whatever that you notice. Whatever you notice, observe all of it. But suddenly thoughts can come, and they will come. And again, I want to bring this point to you that the thoughts will come, and thoughts come. Then we recognize I have to come back to the breath. And so simply again bring your attention back to the breath. Again start the process all over. Then again we go into the calmness, emptiness. So this process, dear friends, will repeat tens to dozens of times, to hundreds of times, to sometimes it can go to thousands of times. We slip into empty states, we come back to, we go to thought. So that means we come back to the breath. All right, friends. And so if we are ready and if we are sincerely there and say, today, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try this practice. No matter what, this is my opportunity. Meditation can change my life forever. Meditation can make me connect to that inner intelligence called the consciousness. This is my opportunity to find myself, to solve everything that's out there. And so for that, I'm sitting here absolutely no matter what. First training, I'm not opening my eyes. Until the time I say in the end, it's okay, you can open your eyes. So first is to recognize and say, I am there without opening my eyes until I hear the instruction to open the eyes. Second, whenever thoughts are there, I'm bringing my attention back to the breath. When thoughts are there, attention back to the breath. Third, in meditation, in empty state, if anything is happening to me, whatever is happening, I'm going to simply be observing, witnessing. The three things that we do, dear friends, we're going to be beautifully going through this practice. Let's sit down now. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. And the process of meditation, the posture of the meditation is to... Can you put a slide up? No, I'll do it. The posture of meditation is this. I said, sit comfortably, and here in this posture, as is bringing up on the screen. So you sit down just in your chair or a sofa, or if you're sitting on the floor, that's the posture. You cross your feet at ankle. You don't need to keep your spine erect, or neither do you need to do into a special asana like Padmasana. Those of you practice yoga. If you're comfortable, yes, that's a great posture to be in. If you're not comfortable, just sit down comfortably with the cross-legged. And if you're sitting in a chair or sofa, cross your feet at ankle. That's important. Fingers into fingers, this is definitely required, at least in the beginning. And rest your hands comfortably in your lap. And then close your eyes, which we spoke about already. Now, in case you're wearing spectacles, remove your spectacles. If you're wearing glasses, remove your glasses. And you're closing your eyes. And so the three things we are doing, crossing our feet, fingers into fingers, clasping our hands, and resting them in our lap in a very comfortable posture, and with your eyes closed, dear friends, then we rest our attention on the nose anywhere and observe our natural, normal breath. All right, friends, relax yourself, sit comfortably. And in this process, I will do a little bit of guidance every now and then. Then, somewhere along the time, I will also play light music, which will help us to focus into to observe the breath and slowly go into deeper states of meditation. Relax yourself with your eyes closed, dear friends. Relax your body. With his glasses removed, fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap, crossing your feet at ankle, cross-legged if you're sitting on the floor. Rest your attention on your nose and observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your natural breath, your mind slowly and slowly becomes less of thought. With your attention rested on your nose, without manipulating your breath, just witness or observe that natural breath the way it is, dear friends. No pranayama, no special inhalations or exhalations, no mantras or chanting, and do not visualize any forms in your mind. Just simply observe your breath. Be with your breath. If you notice thought, bring your attention back to the breath, dear friends. We are going into powerful group meditation. When you observe your breath, your mind is slowly becoming empty. As your mind is becoming empty, allow yourself to experience that calmness, emptiness inside of you, all around you. We are in this powerful group meditation. Allow yourself to go into that calmness, emptiness, as you merge into your in-breath and the out-breath. All emptiness is energy, consciousness. As our mind is becoming empty, all the liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. We develop greater mindfulness. Our body begins to function at its natural best as it moves into great coherence. Allow yourself if you notice thought, go back to the breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that calmness, emptiness, the field of no body, of no thing. As our thoughts become lesser, as our mind becomes emptier, we move away from matter. We experience emptiness. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy. The field of all existence. The field of consciousness. If you notice you are in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to slowly and slowly go into that emptiness, that calmness. Friends, at this time, I would like you to express gratitude. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Can you express gratitude to your parents for giving this beautiful connection to life? And your deep gratitude to your teachers and mentors for expanding our knowledge and wisdom. Be grateful to all the people in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, everyone who are helping you learn and experience many things. Your gratitude to this grand nature, the bird, the fish and the animals, for filling our life with so much of energy, beauty and more. Give thanks to everything we use, the technology, the systems, the companies, the governments, that make our life so comfortable. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe, the field, for helping us experience this beautiful life. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so
Relax your body
I am so blessed.
and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you experienced? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends, hope you enjoy the session. Those of you who joined for the first time, it's a first meditation. There's no special initiation for meditation. This is the process. We pat ourselves on the back. We meditated for more than 30 minutes today. No matter how you felt, and I would like you to, and please keep the chat open, I would like you to mention in the chat, if you can, how you felt today. Anybody feel lightness or heaviness or whatever that feelings you had, can you write in the chat? And no matter how you felt, some may be having deep state of calmness, very peaceful. Some might have had a lot of energy, a lot of special moments or experiences, visions. Some probably had nothing. Some are only having just a pure set of thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. But no matter what it is for you, please recognize that every meditation is a great step in the right direction. Every meditation is good meditation, because many a times we do not even know that we've gone into empty states, because in meditation, like in sleep, we transcend time. We transcend time, the time where we don't know. And so there is a moments of always calmness and emptiness that's happening, always, which we don't recognize. If not anything, dear friends, we have been sincerely there without opening our eyes in this practice. And so consider that every meditation is a great meditation. And in case if you felt today that no, it's quite overwhelming to sit down with the eyes closed, and particularly if some people have many mental disturbances, I can tell you and be assure you, and as you go along this program where many participants will come and then share their experience of transformation, that everyone will find a solution. In a few days from now, if you practice, come back tomorrow, come back day after tomorrow, and day 4, and day 5, and day 6. Experiment for 7 days first. 40 days can sound like a big challenge for some. 7 days, can we take that commitment and then be there and say, I'm not quitting for 7 days, I'm going to be in here and see what happens. And this is what we've noticed. If you come here and do 7 days regularly, then our brain is learning pretty quickly the neuroscience behavior. So neuroscience we can understand. Brain learns fast, and then it starts doing the work for us. When you close your eyes, when thoughts come, it pulls the attention back to the breath, makes it easy. We naturally go into this breath when there are thoughts, or when there's an experience we stop analyzing. Many things will happen automatically, it becomes slowly effortless. Just in about 7 days, you start practicing. And so we start finding a handle around it. It's like learning music. Initial day, it's so difficult to hold that no violin. We feel like we're giving up. It's possible that some might have felt that way. And even then, dear friends, if you don't quit and then come back and then do it again tomorrow, I'm sure you'll find it to be better and easier. I'm deeply, deeply grateful to Brahmarshi Patriji, who has been the source and inspiration behind the entire PSS movement. BuddhaCEO Quantum Foundation is a core unit of PSS movement. PSS movement is vast. There are pyramid meditation channels, which are 24/7 beaming beautiful meditation, spiritual science, wisdom. There are many trusts like Pyramid Valley, which are like ashrams where you couldn't go in to meditate in a pyramid. Pyramids are source of energy. So your meditation is much deeper. We'll come to that as a concept one of the days. And there are many, many bodies like BuddhaCEO, like Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy, which are specialized in a specific way. And we are there to bring in scientific meditation wisdom to leadership, to corporates, to government officers, to work towards making meditation a policy, to work towards bringing meditation to scale at large. And so that's how BuddhaCEO is there. And I am personally, and then all of us are grateful to our mentors, Padmashri D.R. Karthikeyan sir, who has taken on his great mission and was a former CBI director, great mission to take meditation to everyone. And then Padmashri R.V. Ramani sir, the founder of Shankarai Foundation, this greatest, one of the beautiful voluntary organizations giving eye care and vision. And then Dr. S.V. Balasubramaniam, Dr. Newton Kondaviti. With their mentorship, we are beautifully with a team of wonderful volunteers global. We are a volunteer organization, and then we are passionate about giving and sharing what we experience, something we deeply imbibed from Patriji, the PSSM philosophy. So dear friends, this program is 40 days, and then we have every day a topic and a concept. Today we learned about meditation. Tomorrow we'll learn about the experience of meditation, what happens, and why do we experience something, and then what do we do with them. Day after tomorrow we'll learn a little bit about neuroscience and say, what is meditation doing to brain, the conscious, subconscious mind, so we understand a little bit. Like that we have every day a topic. We dedicate a week for health, physical health, mental health, energy, and how longevity, youthfulness improves, all that in a scientific, structured fashion, how stress is reduced through meditation. A week is dedicated for manifestation. Another week is dedicated for emotional intelligence, relationships. 1 week is dedicated for knowing the greater aspects of meditation. What is liberation? What is reincarnation? What is spiritual quotient? What is this connection to everybody? What is Brahman? How am I connected? What is Aham Brahmasmi? Many of those things are explained in a concept of spiritual quotient in a week. And a week is dedicated for identifying what is there in life beyond, having a great career, having kids and having this and that. Is there something more to it? Is there a purpose to me? Can I fulfill my purpose? Can I move in and share what I experienced to make it a lot more meaningful? It's about service and purpose. So the 6-week program is beautifully orchestrated in many aspects that come together. Patriji always said meditation gives everything and everyone will find something in it. And so then we try to cover this 360-degree view of what meditation can bring into a life. So thank you very much for joining. And then in this whole process, you will hear some wisdom from me. You will hear wisdom of Patriji in the form of videos throughout. Then you will hear many, many masters coming in and who have been previous practitioners come in and share their personal wisdom and their experiences of how it transformed them. And then, of course, we'll have plenty of opportunities for Q&A. And so then, how do we communicate and connect? 40 days is a long time. It's not one session. But if you are there for 40 days, meditation becomes a habit for you. Meditation, the process of meditation, the skill of meditation, the brain of meditation will be permanently installed. Circuits are installed. We call them neural connections. They are installed in our mind permanently if you are there for 40 days, understanding the wisdom and practicing every day. So we have half the time every day dedicated for meditation, 75 minutes, about 35-40 minutes for meditation, the rest of it for some wisdom sharing by somebody or the other. And both combined is what is making a significant difference. So thank you very much for joining today. And I invite Sonalji to say if there are any announcements, talk about WhatsApp groups and stuff.
Yes, sir. Friends, thank you all for messaging and commenting. We'll get to it as we all can, and we have formed various welcome WhatsApp groups, and we'll introduce you to all the different facilitators. Hopefully, you have taken the time to join. If there's any issues, we'll be posting the links. You are welcome to join the WhatsApp group, and we'll guide you from there. We'll be sending the welcome, messages, wisdom notes, also reminders. So it'll be a great resource to be your facilitator in whichever way they can assist you to make this journey the most useful for every individual. Anything else? I think, sir, that's all for today.
Thank you. Yes, WhatsApp groups are the way to communicate. While we will send by email, but we have formed WhatsApp groups, and the information is sent to you by email to all of you, and which WhatsApp group to join. There'll be a link to click, and then you can join. If you join a WhatsApp group, there are people there to assist you. And then because we're posting many, many resources, as Sonalji said, we post a wisdom note almost on a daily basis to reinforce what we learn. The many masters are sharing their experiences. Q&A is happening in WhatsApp groups. So it's a great idea to find that email potentially sitting in a junk box and then join the WhatsApp group. And if you didn't, and today, if you don't find it, you can for sure tomorrow in the session put your number in the chat, and then somebody is going to pick it up and they will add you to your WhatsApp group. Right, friends? That's the most beautiful way to stay connected in the 40 days, because there is much happens in the 40 days apart from these sessions that are here. Right, friends? Yes. So with this, we conclude, and we will meet you back again tomorrow at the same time, 6 o'clock. So thank you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, friends.
And
See you all tomorrow.
we are staying back always, and we formally close. Then we stay back for some time, another 10-15 minutes. If anybody has questions, anybody wants to share something, feel free to stay back, and then you can. We generally close it at 7:30, 7:35 India time, right? But otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow again. Thank you.
Yes, I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little birdie told me that life is so sweet.
Okay. Hi, Nidhi madam. How's your meditation?
It was awesome, sir. It was so deep and calming. And yes, as you said, thoughts come, but we come back to breath, and the process goes on, and it takes us to the beautiful world of emptiness. So, yes, thank you so much, sir, for the meditation and the wisdom you give us all. It takes us to a great levels. So, thank you.
Okay. Wonderful. I see a question about remove spot.
Yes, sir. We have a lot of questions. Whenever you're ready, I'll be happy to.
Oh, okay, please go ahead. Let's do that.
So there's friends, we have tried to answer you few of them, but few will have sir address it. So please bear with us. Is it fine if I didn't experience anything, but I was able to focus on a particular point in my breathing?
Absolutely. Experiences happen. If they happen, great. If they don't happen, it's okay. The goal of meditation is to slowly go into emptier states of mind where, with the senses withdrawn, is to transcend our body and mind. So we are essentially looking to go into emptier states. And when you are in empty, which is called the quantum field of energy of possibilities, many things can happen. If they happen, great. If they don't happen, which we call them experiences. If they don't happen, absolutely fine. All we're looking is to, can I go into this quietness, that empty states where I'm no longer there in this material experience of people, places, things around me. And so that's the state that we're going to. And so experiences are not necessary.
Thank you, sir. The next one is I feel something heaviness in my throat. Why is that?
During meditation, as we go into emptier states, then many things can start happening. We experience many of our energy bodies. Or from a quantum physics perspective, we simply say in meditation, we go into an infinite field of possibilities in this quantum field of energy. And so we are experiencing that energy. That energy is infinitely potential. And so many experiences that you don't know how to interpret can come. Some experience you know how to interpret can come. Because that field is infinite, is unpredictable. But many of these things, like having some kind of a pain, some kind of sensations, irritations, or some kind of heaviness, they're all are possible. Usually are indicating that could be there is a healing, could be there is a memory, could be there is something, there is suppressed emotion of some sort, or simply there to move you, to move that energy of what is the concept of chakras, to move that energy, to clear things, to bring some balance into it. But whatever that may be, we do know that some experience of that nature can come, and then it's very nearly impossible to comprehend with our little knowledge and intellect of why it is so. So then we do not analyze the experience, instead simply witness the experience and then go through it. Recognize that we are doing a very safe process. All we're doing is simply sitting and closing our eyes and observing our natural breath. We're not even tampering with the breath. That means in the most natural process, we are most naturally with the body. And so it is the safest process. So whatever can happen cannot harm us. And so we know everything in meditation is safe, and simply be with that understanding and witness it.
Multiple questions on sleepiness, sir. Getting sleep very quickly, how to handle it.
Okay. So meditation, and we will see this in day 3, we have a chart to put up and say what happens in our brain. And meditation is naturally taking us to the same state that sleep takes us to, is the concept of theta and delta states of brain waves. And so then it is natural that you feel drowsy and sleepy because you are going into the same sleep-like states in meditation, which is also is a great state to revive ourselves. And so then those who spend a lot of time in sleeping can find similar effects and benefits when you meditate by going into the same brainwave states. And so it is possible that you slept, but many a times we don't sleep, but we feel we are sleeping, right? And no matter what, and if you felt you are slept today, it is still great, because whatever is required for the body and what is required for the mind and the system is what meditation brings as an intelligent process. So enjoy that sleep if it is so sleep. But although most of the time it's not sleep, it is a deeper altered states of consciousness that you're going into with meditation. And so it's absolutely fine. Do I try to break it? No. If you are there and then observing the breath and you seem like you're drifting off, and if you're doing this and you feel that it is sleep, not necessarily. You're going into a much more finer, emptier states of the body and mind. And so then you are, of course, the body may be jerking, moving. And tomorrow I'm going to explain all of this in detail about what happens in meditation experience and all of that. So sleep, feel like sleep, don't interrupt it, let it go. At some point, suddenly you might wake up or get awareness back. Then you connect to the process of meditation and continue. That's what you do.
Thank you, sir. Deepak sir has given a very extensive message. We really appreciate it. He's way ahead, but I think it'll help a lot of the other viewers too, sir. So if you give me a minute, I'll say. Thanks for the great session. It's too early, but I want to ask what to manifest while meditation regarding he has three things: money, growth, and relationship. Under money, I had started a business but closed due to some circumstance. Growth, I'm married and we have a child. We are happy, but sometimes I feel I'm not giving them what they deserve as money sort, and the relationship with parents and relatives. So please guide me for these manifestation thoughts.
So there's a topic that will come, right? And so we are just starting today. Now, one thing to be sure is that the process of meditation that we did today, that will not have any manifestation or any intentions, any affirmations during meditation. No. Meditation is practically a process where you're taking the mind off. The manifestation techniques, which are there on top of going into emptier states, and once you finish your meditation, then usually either before or after, you're doing some affirmations, some visualizations, imaginations, many more things that are there. So all of that we'll explain later in this program into week 3. But now this foundation that we're practicing here is the basis for everything, whether it is a relationship, whether it's a physical health, whether it's a growth in your career, or simply wanting to help somebody else. All of those naturally are coming to us when we simply take time to quieten ourselves, empty ourselves. It's a very difficult thing to understand. This simple process, just close my eyes and sit down, will this do things? People say, why are you just sitting guys and wasting your time? That's what we know. When we just don't do anything and just simply sit there, we say wasting your time. But the beauty is that everything is there in the non-doing, in that state of emptiness. And we will recognize it and realize it. And we just have to sit through the process for some time. So to answer your question, manifestation wisdom, will get to it. But right now, we keep aside all goals, all objectives. You had your intention, great. But when it comes to meditation, every day we want us to be as empty as possible. If the thoughts of relationship is coming, bring your attention back to the breath to clear it out and then slowly go into emptiness. That's the only thing that we do in this process of meditation.
So the next question is, I couldn't sit straight for long, so I lied on the bed during the meditation. Will it be still effective?
Yes, it is okay if there is a physical challenge, and so then you cannot, and so you want to lie down, absolutely fine. Have that intention every day when you sit down for meditation that I am, to the best possible, sitting down, and then I'm meditating. For the whole duration, my body is greatly cooperating with me to sit down for meditation, and do that. And then at some point, if it is intensely painful or uncomfortable where you have to take a different posture, feel free to do it, right? At some point, you will notice, but then every day do try to be in the sitting posture, because you will notice that in a few days, your body will cooperate to support you for the process of meditation.
Thank you, friends, for so many questions. Just for privacy, I'm leaving the names out, but feel free to let me know if you'd like to be announced. We have a question next is, my sense goes always top of the head. I feel cold sensation there, heaviness, weight on the base body.
My sense what?
My sense goes always top of the head. I feel cold sensation there and heaviness or weight on the base of the body.
Yeah. So again, tomorrow we'll talk about experiences, but There are, whatever you said, they are all possible. In a field of infinite possibilities, everything is a possible experience that can come. All right? Heaviness is common. Feeling cold, feeling intense hot. Some people sweat. And then, of course, pains in somewhere here or there. All of that is a possible experiences, many times common experiences for many people. And what do I do? To not analyze and simply observe them through, witness them. Now you are there, and then let's say something is suddenly paining, significant pain is coming, throbbing pain. Sit through it. Difficult, isn't it? Of course. Attempt to sit through it. Do your best to sit through it. And then to the point where you know it's just impossible, of course, what are you going to do? Anyway, you're going to break your meditation at that point. But then when it subsides, then go back into meditation again. To the best possible, however uncomfortable it is, however painful, if at all it is, which is very, very minor percentage that happens to people in terms of the pain and suffering. But then when that happens, the guidance is, it's just like another experience. If you're feeling intensely joyful, you're sitting there. If you're feeling intensely scary, still go through it. Go through it. If it's very painful, still go through it to the best possible without breaking. But where you can't, of course, you're going to do what is natural, which is to open eyes, I don't know, suddenly just come back and then worry about it a little bit. But then go back to meditation again, knowing that it is safe and these things happen to heal, these things happen to clear some of the past consequential things that are there carrying to us in this current moment. And so then we just have to sit through them and they all will dissolve over a period of time.
Vipassana versus breath mindfulness meditation.
The breath mindfulness meditation is called, in the true form, is Anapanasati Vipassana in Pali language. It's Anapanasati, Kayanupasana, Bhavanupasana, Chittanupasana, and Vipassana. So there is a technical aspect to it. So Vipassana, if you are referring to the way that Sri Goenkaji is taught, is a process that starts with the same technique as what we've started, breath meditation, is observing our natural breath. And when thoughts come back to the breath is the same as starting point. But then soon after, the guidance, the way that is taken there is different, and then we are completely different beyond it. We go into this true Vipassana, true seeing, ability to recognize that experience of the field are common. The experience of consciousness come, and then that's not an imaginary thing. It happens, and so we are with it, and we understand a lot of it. So the starting technique is the same to begin with, but then thereafter quickly what happens, and then how do we understand, and then what knowledge we receive, or a lot of that is goes into different paths.
Thank you so much, sir. Can meditation reduce anxiety, as I have travel anxiety?
Most certainly. Most certainly, anxieties, depressions, addictions, disorders, common any conditions of mental conditions of any kind are absolutely are solvable in many, many, many cases. The only thing that matters is how sincere you are into coming into doing the practice. And then second is how much we can clear our past conditioning of the mind, where everyone and everywhere would have said, told, the the internet of information, the environment of information is constantly telling this is not possible, that's not possible, this is going to be this way, this is going to be this way. The more we can clear all of that, the more open we become and the more sincere we are. That means no matter what, I'm going to be in the process. No matter what, I'm going to be sitting down and not open my eyes. No matter what, I'm absolutely listening to this wisdom and I'm trying to take it. The sincerity is there, and then naturally you will find solutions for any mental condition.
So do we have time more, or?
Go forward.
Sure, thank you. Is bringing the mind back to focus meditation, or emptying the mind is meditation?
The goal is to empty the mind and be in the restful state of the mind. Bringing the attention back to the breath is a way to get there. Next question.
A lot of people are asking if we can do Hindi sessions or can we do Hindi and English? Dono ho sakte hai kya? A couple of them had the same request for Hindi also.
Please answer about Thrive.
Yes, friends, we have Thrive program. 40 days has happened in the past in Hindi, and also we have 21 days that we are just completed. So please check out our website for regional language programs. Thank you.
Talk about PMC Hindi.
Yes, and we also have PMC Hindi channels where you have tons and tons of these sessions. So you're welcome to join those. We'll send the resources in the WhatsApp group.
PMC Hindi is doing a beautiful beginner program every 2 weeks, I believe. It's rolling every 2 weeks. It's a channel. And so it's a great way, those of you looking for Hindi wisdom, great way to be there. And then learn from, it's the same technique, same process. It's just that somebody asked, why BuddhaCEO? Each of us have our own experiences and our own way of taking it. And these different entities have different purposes. BuddhaCEO is focused towards a little bit of scientific, a little bit of corporate wisdom. For example, as we go along, you'll notice many of our examples are more around work life, more about the way you're carrying your work in governments or here or there in leadership, in mid-management, as a professional, as a technical architect. In many ways, our examples and our experience comes from there and we speak about it actively, right? And whereas another channel, PMC Hindi, is trying to give wisdom in a way that it is, no matter who that is in the spectrum, everybody can understand. Many illiterates can take this in the most simplest form. Sometimes there is a lot of examples of religion examples may be there. It is non-religious, but then different examples. BuddhaCEO limits itself towards a scientific explanation to the best possible. It gives pointers about spiritual science. Other entities are giving beautiful spiritual science wisdom. That's where we all go. And so different entities have different ways of expressing it. And so that's why we have various focus groups. And so PMC Hindi is a great way for those of you wanting to learn Hindi program. But if you want a BuddhaCEO wisdom, the scientific wisdom in Hindi, then our Thrive program is it, which will happen again. I believe just concluded. It will happen again in sometime in March or so.
Thank you, sir. I think that pretty much covers our questions.
Awesome. Thank you. Venu, how is the meditation?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful meditation today. It was, it was good, sir. It's like more deep into meditation like now.
Okay. Is Ajit Ji there? I saw Ajit Ji. Left? Ajit Ji left. Okay. Hello, senior masters. Irumji, how is it going? Okay. Yes, Chandra Ji. Yeah, Irumji, please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Good to talk to you and good to see you, as always.
What's been new? What's been new?
A lot, sir. A lot has happened. I was just thinking today that when I came to BuddhaCEO 2 years back, nearly now, it was in the January of 2024. And at that time, I was new and I wanted a big change in my life. And that is what I was looking for. And that is what I wanted to manifest. And sir, I really want to say this, that so much has manifested actually. And
Wow.
I'm so glad my mindset has changed. And because of my mindset, obviously, my life has changed. And I'm in a very good place. So I just want to say that keep on meditating to everyone. It really works. It's a life changer. And it's not something that is just going to end. Every day is like a new day. It's always there is something to look forward to. And obviously, um, I'm also guiding. I'm also kind of, I did the course, obviously, from you, BuddhaCEO. And so, yes, life has a purpose. And it's beautiful when I see people change. I feel a lot is happening in their life, and that is very fulfilling. So, yes, this is happening. And on a big scale, I would say, on a huge scale. Yes.
That's
So,
great.
this is what is happening.
Great to hear that you are giving this knowledge to people there. Wonderful. Tell a little bit about it.
About the work.
You
Well,
are
I am,
holding
sorry.
sessions. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm doing with the group of friends, and every week. And then I'm working with a foundation over here, a very old foundation, which are working for the underprivileged. And I'm working with the patients over there. They're teaching them meditation and about Breath-Mindfulness. And obviously, they are they kind of feel that so many things are happening in their life, like they feel better after meditating. And so yes, this is what it is.
Where
Uh,
is this? When you say here, where is that?
sorry,
When you
sorry, sir.
say here in a foundation, where is that?
Uh, I'm from Pakistan, Karachi, Pakistan. So this is where it is.
So the
Yeah.
foundation is local to there. Okay. So you do these
Yes.
in-person classes or you do online to them?
No, this is in person.
In person. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What more you want? Many of them,
What more?
what more you
Yes.
want? You are change life and you are giving it to people out there who you say is a foundation working towards helping. Beautiful. Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Chandraji will speak tomorrow. I'd like you to come and say something tomorrow. Okay, friends. So thank you all. We'll conclude here. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all the keys to love, joy, and peace. The power is infinite. Love will increase. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. A little birdie told me life is so sweet. As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all the keys to
Thank you, friends. Lovely to have you all today and see you at the same time tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the day and a wonderful evening here on the West. Thanks. Bye.